Point out the bench.
We've got basketball action here in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the New Orleans Arena, across from the Superdome. Home of the Hornets, live on 2K Sports. Right now, the Hornets are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans.
You know, they've looked a bit lost out there lately. I mean, they don't seem to be playing with a lot of purpose and focus and even drive. I mean, you can't just wait for good things to happen. You got to make things happen.
Yeah, but I think, Clark, what's happened is they've lost some confidence. And sometimes when you do that, you end up forcing plays. So it's a delicate balance. You know, they have to regain some confidence with their attitude, with their effort. And I think things will turn, but it's going to take some work.
Here are the starters from Milwaukee, all brought to you by State Farm. Brandon Jennings and Monte Ellis comprise the back. Sanders out there with Ilyasova. And it's Daniels in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hornets, Gordon the off guard with Aminu at the 3. Ryan Anderson out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Vasquez in at the point. And Balamute's checked in for Milwaukee. To the paint. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hornets will retain possession. Aminu off the pick from Lopez. Vasquez kicks to Anderson. Offensive rebound. Flushes it down.
Step aside, step aside. We got the big fella coming through.
That is
Monte Ellis is a guy who's a little undersized scoring guard, but no question about his explosiveness. His first step is so quick. Loves to go right and get to the rim, but if you back off him, you can pull him and make that jump shot.
The feed now to Sanders. Here is Mbalamute, and the layup falls. And Mbalamute's got his second bucket of the night. Anderson, defended by Ilyasova. Anderson dishes to Gordon. He dishes it to Lopez. No good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And so for Monte Ellis, he's so tough to defend. Attacking the rim. Get that mid-range jumper going, Clark, almost anytime he wants to.
He's got great elevation on that jump shot, too, Kevin. The jump shot is falling. It's a hard matchup for anybody trying to guard. He's so quick getting to the rim, and he can make tough finishes in the paint.
And the foul called on Vasquez. That is his first foul of the game. Thomas checked in for Robin Lopez. Levant's also with the sub. J.J. Redick's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Ilyasova, and he sails in for the layup. Ilyasova's got his second basket.
He made that offensive rebound count. Nice job collecting the second chance.
What a play. No way to have done there. A superb alley-oop.
And it was a great pass to the center line.
Those two have such a great feel for each other. They're just fun to watch play together.
We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Monty Williams.
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this. If we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
Thanks for that report, Doris. Guys, do you think we'll see game plan early on that might end up developing through the game as far as getting through this very tough defense?
I think there's almost no question that what they're doing offensively at the beginning of the game will change several times before we'll finish.
Well, that's what the defense they're facing forces you to do. You have to be ready to adjust and make some changes. It's too complex a defensive scheme to just attack it one set way. Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. It looked good from here.
Yeah, I thought so too, Clark.
2:42 left in the first quarter of the game. Vasquez. Thomas passes to Vasquez. Back to Thomas. Another shot. Ilyasova comes up with the rebound. Ilyasova's got 4 rebounds in this game. So for the Hornets, here's Amundsen, who's checked in for Anderson. Henry comes in for Al-Farouq Amini. Roger Mason is subbed in for Vasquez. The Bucks also with the sub. Samuel Dallenberg is checked in for Larry Sanders.
You know, the question in the last few years in New Orleans is, would the Hornets be able to stay just from a financial standpoint, or would they leave and move to a new city? That question was answered last year when they signed a new lease. The Hornets did with the city of New Orleans to stay through the year 2024.
Drew Gooden has checked in for Milwaukee. Daniels comes in for Mbaamuta. They set the pick. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, the Milwaukee Bucks tied up with them. And just signing that lease, Steve, as you mentioned, really a big commitment to the city. 2024, that's amazing. And Clark, it really helps reaffirm the bond between the team and certainly the city.
Exactly. It can be hard to grow attached to a team. You know, so much of a fan's attachment is emotional that you need to know how long you're going to be around. And that was really good news for Hornets fans when they signed that lease.
Well, Amundsen's a scrapper, Kevin. He's a guy who's going to hit the offensive glass. He's going to block shots. He's going to run the floor. It's a lot of putbacks on offensive rebounds as well.
Oh, yeah. He's also got effort and energy. His best assets. So for the Hornets, Miller's checked in for Gordon. And it's Vasquez in for Roger Mason. Seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Vasquez, and the go-ahead bucket, no good. And stolen by Miller. Thomas kicks to Miller. Miller off a pick from Thomas. There's a 3. The offensive rebound. He gets it up. And that's not going to go. It's the end of the first with a tie game. Your Hornets. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the Hornets so far?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. J.J. Redick is out there with Ellis. There's Marquise Daniels. And it's Dallenberg. And it's Gooden in at the power forward.
He spoke loud on making the statement that play.
Yeah, that was brute force, battling for the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
Henry kicks to Amundsen. Now the pass to Vasquez. Dishes to Amundsen. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Amundsen's got 5.
Monty Williams, a former first-round pick of Notre Dame, out of Notre Dame, played 9 seasons in the NBA. And I know that playing experience is clearly an asset for a head coach.
If he gets a glimpse of an opening, he's going to take it right to the rim.
And good kicks to Daniels. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. New Orleans in the lead. And going back to Coach Monty Williams, Steve, do you think having been a player really helps the coach?
I think so, Kevin. Players automatically respect somebody who has been in their shoes, who understands what they're about. But that respect will go away if they don't believe in the coach and his work ethic and his intelligence. The good thing with Monty Williams, not only did he play, but he's a really bright guy who the players will pick up on right away for being really sharp and with him.
The Hornets making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Dallenberg's got his second basket of the night. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Thomas is screen on Ellis. Vasquez kicks to Thomas. Can't get it to fall. Last outing for New Orleans, it was a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
And that game featured one of the least consistent offensive performances you're going to see from them, Clark.
Yeah, no spurt ability on display at all, fellas. I mean, they needed to make a few runs, but it just never was able to happen for them.
Miller against Dallas. The kick out to Anderson. Outside Thomas. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. 5 to shoot. Henry misses.
And no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket.
What a talented leaper. Loves to climb up and throw it down. Man,
Oh, Clark, he gets up so quick.
it's like a pogo stick.
Oh, my gosh. Not a lot of point guards in the league can jam like he can.
That's for sure.
And he's able to finish, guys, amongst all the big fellas in the paint. Just amazing athleticism.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Here's Amundsen. He's checked in for Anderson. And it's Gordon in for Thomas. And so it's Milwaukee now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Well, there was a lack of discipline on their part in that game, guys. They committed a lot of silly fouls, and it hurt them.
It sure did. I mean, they just didn't seem to figure out how to defend without fouling, Steve. That was just almost hard to comprehend.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Miller. Outside Gordon. He kicks to Amundsen. Jennings with the steal. Timeout called the Bucks. Their last meeting was in New Orleans when they were unable to fight off the Hornets.
But he strained his MCL ligament pretty bad. Hopefully, it won't hinder him too much.
And the Hornets making a change here. Davis is checked in. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Redick is checked in. Here's Ilyasova. And the 12-footer. Ilyasova's got 8 points.
Now, we've seen this from him before. Once he gets going, look out.
Ellis against Gordon. Lopez. Here is Vasquez. Back to Lopez. Dunk point with one hand.
Pretty significant lapse there on the defensive end, guys.
Yeah, those are the ones you just can't allow them.
You know, if you're giving up dunks and layups defensively, you're in huge trouble.
Here's Ellis. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
You know, he's given them a nice scoring option for most of this game. Monte Ellis is a tremendously talented guard, but only one playoff appearance in his 7 NBA seasons. It's been frustrating for him. He's a guy who's put up some big numbers. I'm sure he'd like to see more playoff success in his future.
Al Baruch-Aminu. He's checked in for the Hornets.
Now a moment here to take a look at some of the stats for Monte Ellis. 4th in steals, 11th in scoring, and one of the better passers in the league. One of the top 20 in assists per game.
Steve, he's a real ace defensively for him when you take a look at his steals per game average. I mean, whether it's getting into the passing lanes or taking the ball from ball handlers, he does both really well.
Steve, you mentioned Monte's frustration in the past, being able to win a championship, a division title, or just, be above 500, on a consistent basis. But he's really worked on, Clark, not wearing all those emotions on his sleeve, to stay positive, to be a good leader.
Yeah, be a little more even-keeled, make sure the dedication to the team is uppermost in his mind, and being patient, as well as striving for excellence. That's a delicate line to walk, but he's making progress in doing it.
The Bucks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. They set the screen. Gordon kicks to Lopez. Feeds it to Aminu. Back to Lopez. It's off his foot. And the official's saying it was kicked. Roger Mason has checked in for Vasquez. Udo's checked in for the Bucks. Seconds left in the first half of the game. And again, no good by New Orleans. On offense, here are the Bucks.
Well, they've increased their trips to the line this quarter.
Yeah, getting free throws has been a great way to slow the game down, get your defense set up, and find easy points.
The Hornets making a switch here. Vasquez comes in, and Brandon Jennings gets the whistle right time. That is his first foul of the game.
I like the ball. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
Powers down the dunk.
That was a whole bunch
Yeah, you got to love the way he just capped off that strong move.
Ellis outside.
Ooh-wee, Kevin. That was a big shot to extend their lead.
And so that brings the first half to a close. The Bucks on top, up 10. Time now for the halftime break. At the third quarter, soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. Now the third quarter about to get going.
What a night so far for Ellis. He has 12 points and 1 assist. How about the way he dominated that first half? I mean, offensively, he carried it.
I don't see how he can possibly maintain that level of play in the second half, but we'll see.
Vasquez is in at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. Ryan Anderson out there with Aminu, and it's Lopez in at the center. That's the Hornets 5. Kicks to Aminu. And that one's good.
They keep going right back to the paint. Who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense.
A different look for Milwaukee. Marquise Daniels is checked in for Banamuta. And it's Jennings in for J.J. Redick. Hornets ball! Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingman. Take a look at Aminu, third in rebounding, and what a physical presence inside.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' teams. They're much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in this league.
And I think it's an area that they all take pride in, Steve. They know they can score. That's expected of their position. But where you separate yourself is going after rebound. These guys are really determined to excel in that part of the game.
And then line number 2.
The referees all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Larry Sanders is checked in for the Bucks.
Well, there's no denying that height is a huge advantage in the game of basketball. Anthony Davis was a 6'2" guard in high school. Then grew 8 inches over the course of about a year or so. And suddenly a kid who was barely being recruited was being sought after by all of the top college programs. Man, things can change quickly.
Now the dish to Anderson from downtown, and Sanders pulls it down.
Well, that defense went from 4 to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
That's a beautiful jam by a very unlikely source.
Okay, you don't think of him as a highlight reel type player.
I sure don't.
Could have fooled me with that one, though.
The dive for the ball. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Going back to Davis in that late growth spurt, he was able to develop an impressive skill set playing, as a guard before he grew to his present size. And of course, he was a terrific player at Kentucky, Steve, and I think he's destined for stardom in the NBA.
But, a lot of guys, Kevin, if they played guard in high school and then they grow, it's a huge advantage because now they've played the game and experienced it from a playmaking level, only now they're near the basket. So they have a broader understanding of the game and the way it's played. So I think that's one of the reasons Davis has so much potential. He's a big man with guard skills.
And the Bucks making a change here. Gooden's checked in. Vasquez kicks to Gordon. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Hit his foot. That'll be a kick. And it's being called a kickball. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Davis can't get it to go.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range for obvious reasons.
And so it's New Orleans with it. It's a 13-point game. Here's Aminu. He gets the whistle. Contact on the way out. There's 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender scraped all over.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, his free throw percentage has dropped this year, but not really enough to raise any red flags or become alarmed about it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. And Balamute's. Oh!
Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk is unbelievable. Something has to change because that's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
And the Hornets making a change here. Miller's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Gallenberg's checked in.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart, too, Steve. They've just been very, very good. Now, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Robin Lopez is checked in for New Orleans. Here's Gallenberg, and that one's good. Gallenberg's got his third basket of the night.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
To the middle. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Let's look at where the Hornets sit statistically in the NBA right now. 8th in free throw shooting, 9th in opponent field goal percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in blocks. That's pretty good, not too bad.
I'm impressed most with their free throw shooting that you talked about. This is a team that really focuses from the foul line.
Oh, look out!
At his size, he can really finish at the rim.
Yeah, and not just layups, as you just saw, folks. Wow.
Unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, able to throw it down with ease.
Redick for three. And Baamute dishes to Redick. Gallenberg. Lopez with the steal. Passes it to Henry. He gathers. Goes up strong with one hand and finishes it down.
Boy, that's hard-nosed sandpaper basketball right there. A lot of little friction in there.
Oh, I thought the way you described that wasn't ever. Nobody was going to get to the rim but him.
Oh, man, with the violent putback to finish it off.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Vasquez. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Vasquez has got 5.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. And, of course, the New Orleans Hornets tied right now. Barry Sanders is checked in for Gallenberg.
That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were right in his face.
Marquise Daniels is checked in for the Bucks. To the inside. Here's Sanders. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Sanders has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense. We've seen some great shooting from him today. They've got to lean on him a little bit more.
The Bucks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Xavier Henry, he's checked in for Miller.
And one of the ways Brandon Jennings has improved his game is by taking care of the basketball. His assists are decent, about 5 per game. But what he did a nice job of last year was keeping the turnovers down, and that allowed the Bucks to run their offense efficiently.
And there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That's his first foul. A different look for Milwaukee. Udo comes in for Larry Sanders. And it's good and in for Ilyasova. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
And the Bucks making a change here. Redick is checked in. And Steve, you touched on Jennings and his improvement, and he's been shimmering. There's no doubt about it. plays a lot of basketball in the offseason.
Yeah, he's shown a real dedication to getting better during the summers, and that's when you do get better. You can't just get better during the season. You got to commit off-season time to enhancing your craft, getting better at what you do. For Jennings, not a matter of him not being in the gym. More targeted practice that he has to lock into.
And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, he'll head to the line for 2. And so he hits both. Seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Inside, with 1 on the clock, off his foot, and the refs whistling the kick ball.
Anthony Davis. Darius Miller.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Boy, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking there.
That's not going to help, Steve.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
The Bucks have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit. Set. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I got a chance to hear what head coach of the Bucks said to his team. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
On the court for the Bucks. Archie Daniels out there with Gooden. Then there's Udo. Then there's Ellis. And it's Redick in at the 1 spot. Here's Redick. And the foul called on Dexter. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Miller. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for J.J. Redick.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Here is Vasquez. Gordon with it. It's rebounded by Udo.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Gordon. Shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Good try by Jennings. Daniels passes to Gooden. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the layup is good. And the Bucks lead by 14.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
Well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there, so might as well keep going right at the rim. If there's no resistance, then make them pay.
A timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
See the pick there. Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
He feeds it to Udo. Down low. Gooden with the jam.
Put that paw up there and banged it home.
Yeah,
Man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
Right.
that was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
That's good.
I like the way that he has really stayed aggressive from that three-point line after not making a single one before the halftime.
Goes straight up. And Udo with the stuff.
He's short for the center position, but he makes up for it with tremendous leaping ability.
It was Amundsen. He's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Jennings. Eric Gordon on the wing. Over Ellis. And Ellis with the block. And so it looks like the Hornets will retain possession here. And Baramute is checked in for the Bucks. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. The Bucks making a change here. Sanders is checked in. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Henry kicks to Amundsen. There's the screen. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Yeah, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
Makes the alley-oop pass. Ilyasova can't hit.
So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
And he wishes you hadn't. Take a look at what Eric Gordon's been doing. He's got 13 points and a steal.
That free throw, no good. Some changes for New Orleans. Lopez comes in for Davis. Roger Mason is subbed in for Vasquez. J.J. Redick's checked in for the Bucks.
Now, even though they're down, I like their mentality. Work it inside and try to create some contact down low.
I like it as well. I mean, you just can't assume that you can shoot your way back into it when you're down. You got to grind it out, and part of that is getting the ball inside.
They get the rebound. Sanders dishes to Ilyasova, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And the Hornets making a change here. Aminu's checked in, and Milwaukee also making a switch. Jennings is checked in. To the inside, off his leg,
Kickball call.
and they're saying he kicked the ball. And stolen by Ilyasova.
Well, it's too bad after such an efficient first half. He's starting to turn the ball over here in the second. Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
Pass to Lopez. The feed to Mason. No good from outside. Bucks leading by 13. Oh, here we go. Ellis has got the fast break chance. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper.
Boy, they've been shooting well from mid-range here.
Well, sometimes you can't get all the way into the rim in the paint area, so you've got to pull up from 12, 15 feet. Pretty impressive.
Here's Gordon. Takes it up. Gets it to go.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Mason. Throws it up high. So it's the Bucks now. Left side, Jennings. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Milwaukee. Brandon Jennings.
The first free throw is good. Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Vasquez comes in for Eric Gordon. And Jennings drops them both. Time call here. The Hornets decide to talk it over. They're behind by 13. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. He'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
That make whole fingers blink, blink, and even haven't heard the album or they don't know English. They only know when the single is a single that out to be the me.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Hornets. Marquise Daniels is checked in for Milwaukee. Redick comes in for Brandon Jennings. Time called here. The Hornets decide to talk it over. They're losing by 13. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter.
To my man L. Will, bless your life. To my peoples go out crazy, bless your life. You number now, money, different style,
Lopez passes to Davis. And a missed late.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow, let it happen. Don't force it.
They've really executed well here offensively.
Well, it's going to take a major catastrophe, a colossal collapse for them to not walk away with the win.
Vasquez, that's good.
That's more like it. It's 9 points for him coming off 3-pointers in this half.
Bucks leading by 12. And Redick kicks to Ilyasova. Puts up the baby hook. And that is good. Ilyasova's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he knows how to finish when he gets that close to the hoop.
Gordon for 3. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Into the Brandon Jennings. He's checked in for J.J. Redick.
Brandon Jennings.
The Bucks have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. And Ellis throws it down.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
And this is why they have the big lead. The rebounding has been dominant.
Brandon Jennings.
You know, guys, the +8 rebounding, I don't think it tells the whole story. I mean, they've been the more physical team from the outset. That's been the difference, their physicality.
Here's Gordon. That's good.
Good thing he showed up today, because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
Now Daniels kicks it out to Ellis. Connects on the open J. And the Bucks lead by 19.
I think we can chalk this one up. The goal now is just to run some time.
Yeah, I think it's time to get the bus started now, boys.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Mike Dunleavy.
Mike Dunleavy, who's checked in for Milwaukee. There's Jennings with the three. And another three for Milwaukee.
For three.
Well, they are not exactly taking their foot off the gas just yet.
No, they want to throw a little bit of whipped cream and some cherry on top of this one.
Here's Davis. Here's Lopez. Rises up and throws it down.
Boy, that kind of hustle you just love to see.
And it gets his teammates fired up.
Yeah, especially with the powerful slam to finish things off.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Second violation. For Hornets. Xavier Henry.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.